Ya lai 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 da da. Ya lai 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 ya lai ki lai. Ya lai 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 ya lai da da. Ya lai 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 ya lai ki lai. Ya lai 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 la lai. Ya lai 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 lai. Ya lai 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 la lai. Ya lai 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 ya lai ki lai. Ya lai 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 ya lai la lai. Ya lai la lai lai ya lai ki lai. Ya lai 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 ya lai la lai. Ya lai la lai lai ya lai ki lai. Ya lai 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 la lai. Ya lai 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 lai. Ya lai 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 la lai. Ya lai la lai lai ya la lai ki lai. Earlier today, I was speaking with Rabbi Genevieve about a podcast that I heard earlier this week, in which the host was talking about showing up at 70%. That this was her new approach. That we often feel this need to up-level, better, more, this constant need to improve, grow, and it can feel a little exhausting to always need to up-level and do better. So she said, I'm going to show up at 70% and leave the 30% for myself. And I love this idea. Instead of up-leveling, maybe sometimes we just need to down-level. And this is a really great thing to do on Shabbat, to let go of this need to continuously add on more, but think about what we can take off so that we can create a little bit more space within us, perhaps space for rest, or perhaps space for little divine presence, the wisdom of God that resides within us. So this is the message that I'd like to carry into Shabbat. Maybe I'll show up at 80%, whatever works for you. You can pick your own percentage, but to leave a little for yourself. And with that message, let's welcome in the ministering angels to help us welcome in Shabbat. If you'd like to follow along with Shalom Aleichem, page 24. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShaarei, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzitechem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
How good it is to be together. I still feel more sensitive to how truly good it is to be together with others after going through the isolation of the last few years. Let's take a moment to bring some gratitude in, just for being together, physically here in the sanctuary or tuning in on Zoom, just making ourselves aware of the togetherness and noticing any safety that comes along with being together with others. This evening, we come together to let down and give ourselves a chance to cease from doing, to just be. We gather to bless and praise what is here. We gather to celebrate our bar mitzvah, Ben Zakal. And we together give one another permission to rest and to allow Shabbat to rest in us, effortless. To begin our sacred period of rest, I call our bar mitzvah Ben Zakal and his family members Donna Zakal, Nava Simon, and Orly Lipka to come and light candles.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat.
And we'll transition to the Lechad Odi to bring in and celebrate Shabbat together on page 20.
Lechad Odi ki likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lechad Odi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lechad Odi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lechad Odi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad Hishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem u'tiferet v'litchila lechad Odi Likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Lechad Odi Likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשי במחשבה תחילה לך דודי, לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי, לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. We rise as we greet our Shabbat bride and face the entrance of the sanctuary. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. One more time, just you. לך דודי, פני שבת נקבלה. You guys sound great.
We'll stay standing and turn to page 28 together to come together for a call into prayer.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai la lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai la lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
And we'll join on page 32 for Ahavat Olam. Stay standing.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha. Try that. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love, an unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love, an unending love.
everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and in doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
We are loved, loved, loved by unending love, unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love, and unending love.
We'll turn to page 34 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Page 36 for the Ve'ahavton. You may be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha v'chayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen.
At this point in our prayer service, we remember the splitting of the sea and the song Miriam sang once the Israelites were safely across. Little did the Israelites know that standing on the brink of a raging sea and being chased after by their oppressors, their day would end in song and dance. What would it be like for us, each of us, to face the unknown, any unknown, in a way that left open the possibility of a miracle? Whatever task or situation lays before us, let us lean in and open ourselves to the possibility of miracles. We don't have to take a leap of faith, just a few small steps, shuffling warily toward the unknown, with a little opening in our hearts, just for the maybe of miracles. We'll sing into that place of possibility together. On page 40.
Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai Yai lai lai lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar v'kodesh. No hura tehilo oh se fente malechutecha rauhu vanecha bokeaya lifne Moshe u'Miriam. Zehili anu ve'amiru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai lai. Yai lai 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 lai.
We can lengthen our breaths and give ourselves a little bit more spaciousness to just receive the covering shelter of God. We'll sing Hashkivenu on page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamideinu shomreinu l'chayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamideinu shomreinu l'chayim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamideinu shomreinu l'chayim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamideinu shomreinu l'chayim. L'chayim. L'chayim.
And we'll rise in body and or spirit as we're able. And we'll turn toward our tefillah, the silent prayer, on page 46.
Adonai שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. אדוני שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. Oh, eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. Oh, eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu B'imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Chanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imachot U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye Hakol Atah Rav Lechoshia Morid Chatal Mechakel L'Chayim B'Chesed Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayim Emunato Lishenei Afar Micha Mocha Bal Gevurot Umidomelach Melech Memit Umechayeh Umbat Miach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol.
We'll continue in silence with the paragraphs in the Siddur, or just with the Siddur of your hearts. And you're welcome as you're ready to sit. Take your time.
Oh, sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words heal someone out there. I am but a voice, just a cry in the air, but I sing nonetheless. This pain we share. Oh, sweet friends, come and dry your eyes and hold each other by this tree of life. I'm angry and tired of this great divide, but I sing nonetheless with love on our side. Oh, sweet souls who feel broken now, will heal together somewhere, somehow. Time and again we have been let down, but we sing nonetheless, still whole and still proud.
We take this moment to call to mind and heart those in need of healing. I'm going to come out to the congregation now, and please rise if you have a name you'd like to share with me, and I'll come to you.
We also hold these members of our community in our hearts and prayers. Stephanie Levitt, Marilyn Greenwald, Marcia Margolin, Francie Karp, Evan Bin, Lynette Linger, Larry Margolis, Gary Verbin, Larry Gurman, Rebecca Frazier, Marcel Frazier, Sherry Berenstein, Maxine Rogo, Pari Meskin, David Habib, Anna Tran, Lev Heschel Ben Batami, Suzanne Price, Carney Friedman family, Carol Kleinman, Art Miller, Sergio Ribka, Carol Penn, Jessica Bobson, Abdullah Ibrahim, Cindy Brines, Luis Eliscu, Dolores Gould, Eli Shevachana, Father Eric Hines, Michael McNally, Helene Gadnon, Sophia Hanna, Betty Nazarian, Rita Harai, John Tibbetts, Marilyn Schmidt, Glenn Kesselman, and Amy Schulman. Oh, sweet Spirit, hear my prayer. Help these words heal someone out there.
Amen. Again, I will say Shabbat Shalom. It is such a special time of year to gather as the Hebrew month of Av ebbs out in the next 10 days, and we look forward to bringing in the beginning of the month of Elul, the month that leads us into the High Holy Days, and the month in which we begin our journey of inward looking. As Elul begins, we begin to reflect on who we are, how we are showing up for our commitments, people we love, ourselves, and our communities. Each year, we have a time set aside to wonder about where we were skillful in the past this year and where we may have been not so skillful. At the new year, we set goals and channel our best selves, gaining confidence that we will be better this year, which we no doubt will, and yet still. Our calendar comes with a month built in every year, showing us that we are human. We will fall short. We will need the month of Elul to turn in, to make teshuvah, to come back to ourselves and to face the beautiful and the difficult aspects of our inner terrain. Judaism offers us this concept of time and creation that shows that we're imperfect, that our all-knowing God has created us imperfect, and our religion sees that we will fall short, that we will need time to turn back, to make teshuvah. In order to make this turning, this teshuvah, we have to turn towards the parts of ourselves that are not so shiny, not so attractive or admirable, parts of ourselves that maybe would rather not be seen. Maybe the stories those parts of ourselves tell are the ones we'd rather not hear. But to make teshuvah, we have to face these aspects that make us so perfectly human. This week, we read Parshat Ekev in the book of Devarim, which Ben here is very familiar with. Just 4 lines into the Torah portion, we read, "You shall destroy all the peoples that your God delivers to you, showing them no pity. And your God will also send a plague against them until those who are left in hiding perish before you. And there's more. Your God will deliver them up to you, throwing them into utter panic until they are wiped out." It's pretty harsh. This type of behavior and language is not what we expect to encounter in a Torah that we look towards for our moral compass. We don't like to think of the Israelites as warriors needing to conquer land and people, and it's especially troubling when writing is about the type of vengeance that God will take. The same God who we turn towards during the holidays, asking for forgiveness of our own and all of the shortcomings, for compassion from this God who's showing behavior that's really scary. As we approach Elul and begin to think about our own processes of teshuvah, what do we do when we see these parts of our Torah? Do we cringe and then flip the pages to a more palatable part of the story? Do we speed past them, feel immense shame, and then pretend they never happened? Do we hate the words and choose to turn away from our ancestry and all its imperfections? These various methods we employ to get past the difficult parts of our tradition are the same tactics we use to avoid the difficult parts of ourselves. And yet, somewhere inside, we know that our tradition is worth sitting with, worth questioning, worth watching, worth passing down so that it will flower even more beautifully in the next generation. We know that it is worth it. As we are so famous for, it is worth wrestling with. And so are we. So are we. I doubt there's not one person here with at least one story who's not jumping up to share from the Bima here. But those stories and parts of ourselves that would rather not be publicly shared need to be seen and held. These parts of ourselves need to be gently turned toward and allowed to surface year after year so that we can grow, change, and integrate. The same is so for these difficult parts of our texts. They too need their airtime year after year, and perhaps what they most offer us is an invitation to renew, to give ourselves and our tradition a chance to make teshuvah and continue to grow. May we all share in that generous work together with great compassion and plenty of support this year. And may we continue to give our tradition the space to make teshuvah and to grow along with us. Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to invite Jessica Rosenberg up to offer some announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi Genevieve and Cantor Alana, for a beautiful service. It always strikes me that we're all here for different reasons. Some of us are here to say Kaddish. Some of us are here to celebrate really special events. Congratulations and Mazel Tov in advance, Ben. And some of us are here to wish well upon those that are ill in our community. And some of us are here to just celebrate Shabbat, as we get the chance to do every week. And I'm grateful to be with you today as we're all here together. I'd like to make sure that you are aware of some events that are coming up in our community over the next couple of weeks. The most special for those in this room, I believe, is Ben's bar mitzvah tomorrow. And we really do wish you a very special day. All of you, our hearts will be with you as you mark this milestone. On Sunday, we have an opportunity to do our monthly mitzvah here at PTBE of our Shush, Sunday Sandwich Hevra. 10 a.m., we'll be meeting in the fellowship hall area to create lunches that we then donate to Samaritan House. There's an at-home component still going with our Shush program, and so if folks would prefer to make their lunches at home and bring them to Samaritan House by noon, they can do that as well. We have 2 more formal opportunities to meet our new rabbis. You've met Rabbi Genevieve tonight. Rabbi Rebecca is also with us. And we have 2 chances that are community offerings to meet the rabbis. The first is on August 25th at 10:30. We invite you to come to an informal and fun event to meet them in the courtyard. And secondly, the Brotherhood is putting on a brunch on the 28th of August from 10:30 to 1 to enjoy some brunch and get comfortable with our new clergy. We hope you'll join. And once your bellies are full and you've met the rabbis, you can slide around the corner to help with the garden work for Roads Beit Tzedek on the same morning. That event begins at noon. Mazel Tov, Ben. Shabbat Shalom. Have a good evening.
We now transition to moments of memory. If you are here in the first week of mourning the passing of a family member, or here in Shloshim, the 30 days of mourning a family member, or if you're observing an annual yahrzeit of a loved one, please rise. This week, we recognize the yahrzeits of Charles Becker, Anna Kahan, Sid Jacobson, Bobby Askimow, May Burke, Steve Bernard, Millie Bloomfield, Edith Kahn, Boyd Felton, Lena Feuerstein, Arnold Goldschlager, Sylvia S. Goldstein, Felton Kaufman, Harold Kopit, Lillian Kroll, Jose Lederer, Viola Sumter Levy, Dr. Alex Lurie, Hyman Michaels, Betty Ann Miller, Harold Mendel, Frida Plotkin, Edward Roth, Anne Rudovsky, Florence Schwartz, Jack Schwartz, Edwin Schwartz, David Schwimmer, Judy Lynn Seif, Alan D. Simmons, Beryl Sirotine, Marcia Smith, Jean Zemmel, Berta Sylvia, Cisner Dib Baez, and Josu Siesner, and Carol Schneider. If there's any names to be added to the list that you're observing this evening, please feel free to share. We'll all rise together and say the words of our Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma dibra kirute be'amlich malchute b'chaye chon u'v'yom echon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imeru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'mei almaya. Yitbarach, Vishtabach, Vitpa'ar, Yiramam, Vitnaseh, Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shemei Dekutsha Brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechamata, Da'amiran ba'alma, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom,
Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Teva.
v'imru. Amen.
Amen. We may be seated. And I invite Ben Zakal, tomorrow's bar mitzvah, to make a blessing over the wine and the bread, kiddush and motzi.
Okay. We'll do a little switcheroo.
Let's brought your own.
Let's rise for Kiddush. Here we go. You can take your mask off.
Oh, yeah.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קדשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים קיוונו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים.
All right. I'll trade you. Hold on. We'll do Hamotzi.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המוציא לחם מן הארץ. אמן.
Ready? That's it. All right, give the rest to your brother. Here we go. In here. All right. Some French toast for tomorrow. You're all set. Great job, Ben. Yasher Koach, Rabbi Genevieve,
Yasher Koach, Cantor Lana.
and let's close it out. Oh, say shalom, bimromav. Oh, say shalom, bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu. Count it. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.